Happy 420, guys, and today we're going to be showcasing Psychedelic Craft, or as I call it, the drug mod for more clicks. So, the first thing that we'll showcase is the plants. And the first thing is the cannabis plant, and all these plants you'll find in the wild, and you can also buy from the drug dealer, which is just a villager wearing an all-black robe. And the cannabis plant, you can mine, and it will drop a bunch of stuff, including cannabis seeds, cannabis leaf, and cannabis buds. So you can replant the cannabis seeds, and then dry the leaves and the buds. Same with the tobacco plant, which will give you tobacco seeds and a tobacco leaf. And the cocoa plant, which you can also dry, and hops, which you cannot dry, and you will use these in a masher to get hop beer, and coffee, which you'll get coffee cherries, and you can smelt these into coffee beans. And there's also paint, which will give you paint, which can also be dried. And drying these will make, you can then use them in a variety of crafting recipes, which I will show you their byproducts later. Then we have the wood lattice, and you can plant grapes on these, and when the grape's fully grown, you can get the wood lattice and also the cherries, the grapes. So, and as you can see, there's more than there was. And so you can use these wine grapes and use them in the masher. Next up, we have the juniper tree, and the juniper tree will have juniper leaves, and some of these juniper leaves will be juniper berry leaves. So if you just right click them, you can get some juniper berries and make juniper beer. Now let me slash go game mode 1. And as you can see, this is a drying table. And on the drying table, you can put a variety of things. So right now, there's cannabis leaves there. But a variety of things can dry. You can dry the buds. You can dry everything. And you see the light level isn't the highest. The higher the light level is. So if I were to put, say, a glowstone block on this, because we're not in the desert, where the desert's where it's highest, that would... Actually, it doesn't increase the light level. I'm dumb. Wait, does it? I'm dumb. I don't think it does. But, so if you were in the desert, say over here, with the drying table, the light level would be higher, and you'd better be able to dry the thing. So if I got it from over here, and then got a bunch of cannabis buds, the light level's all full, and this will dry faster. And it does not dry overnight, so try to sleep, I guess, if you're doing this. Next up, we have the wooden vat. Now, the wooden vat can be used to make... I broke it. I'm dumb. The wooden vat can be used with a variety of things to make wooden vat, to make beer and wine and all sorts of things. So, let's say I took my wine grapes, and I wanted to make a wine. Well, I would take these grapes, and I'd be able to put them in with the wooden vat, and I'd make a wooden vat of grape juice. Now, then I would leave this out, because this is just grape juice. This has not been fermenting, and I'd leave it out to ferment. However, if you leave it out for too long with any of them, once they get to a certain point, and it's fermented, and once it gets to fermented, if you leave it out for too long, it will then turn into poteen, or not poteen, a wash, and you don't want a wash. So once it gets to a certain level, you'll just do it. So let's say I got myself what are these called? A vat. And I got myself a vat of green wheat beer. So this is beer. This isn't a wash. Well, now, I want to make it stronger. So I'm going to take a mug. Just an empty mug, or anything I would use to transport. You know what, a barrel. And I'm going to put the barrel in here. And I can basically fill it up with this, because this isn't an equivalent amount. And then slowly put this in the distillery, and it will take them multiple times because the distillery isn't as big. And then you're just going to let it distill, and it will take a little bit, but and also once it gets to beer, it will become where's the beer? It will become green beer, half wash, wort. It will become wort. So if you leave it out for too long, it will become wort. I believe wash then becomes beer. So you don't want to leave it out for too long, because then it will unbecome beer. Now, it's distilling. So, while that's distilling, I can show you some of the things in this mod. Now, this mod includes many different ways of smoking, and slash game slash time set day and slash game mode 0. Now, these are not advised to be done at home. However, I want to show you the effects. So, let's say I were to smoke a joint. Do I have joints in there? Just give me some. And if I were to smoke one, as you can see, well, not yet, but after a little bit, I don't think you can see this, but my controllers, it's a little bit slow. Like, it's not insta-reacting. And basically, the more you smoke, so let's do 2 or 3, and different things have different effects, and also different amounts will kill you. So now, as you can see, everything's getting a little bit brighter, and a little bit, like, different color, I'd say, brighter-ish. And it's also getting a little bit slow on the controls. And maybe if I wanted to smoke another one, you can see the world's getting very bright. And if you smoke a lot of them, well, if you smoke a lot of them, you'll die. But if you just smoke like this amount, you should start seeing hallucinations. I haven't seen any yet, but you can see I'm jumping a little bit weird. Alright, let's smoke a lot of it. Smoke a couple racks every day. Smoke like 3. Yeah, that's a nice amount. And any hallucinations? But as you can see, the world gets very bright. Now, let's try something else. Let's maybe eat a hash muffin. Now, hash muffin, I believe, has the same effects as weed, but it will feed you as well. Let's give myself a bunch of hash muffins. And the hash muffins are made with, dried cannabis leaves and cocoa beans. Anyway, let's say I made myself a bunch of hash muffins. I'm not really seeing any hallucinations, so maybe that was a different one. Now, since I have dried cannabis buds, I can use these to smoke, whether it be with a pipe, and I can smoke with the pipe, and the pipe has some durability, and as you can see, it uses those, and with a bong. So let's smoke that bong up. Now, pipes and bongs can also use tobacco. Now, I'm not seeing any hallucinations, so I'm just going to slash kill, because I want to show you the effects of tobacco. That sounds like a 90s ad. Let me show you the effects of tobacco. Now, give me all of that. Give me all of that. Now, if I wanted to give myself some dried tobacco, and I could also use a dried tobacco with this. Now, where's everything? Yeah, there's my pipe. Let's say if I'm more of a fancy man, I want to smoke some tobacco. Well, I can do that too, and it has different effects. So I can use tobacco with all of that, And also with a cigarette, which I believe is, how's a cigarette made? With dried tobacco. Oh, and there's also a cigar. Let me use my cigar. I'm gonna be like a businessman. I'm business. Business is booming. Mwahaha. And the cigar is also made. It's not a tool. It's strong, I guess, or it just requires a lot, and it's a waste. Now, cigarette. So you can use the cigarettes. I'm just gonna use my pipe. And as you can see, the world's getting a little bit darker. I haven't used it that much. And I'm just gonna smoke some. And now you can see, if you smoke too much, your breathing will start to get heavy, and it varies. The cocaine's much stronger than some of the stuff. I mean, some of the beer is really weak, some of the beer is really strong. And let's use a paint-out joint. I believe paint-out has the same effect. I'm actually not sure about that, so I'll save the paint-out joint. But let's just smoke a little bit. Has our thing distilled so I can showcase that? No, it hasn't. It's still distilling. Look at that distilling. But let me give myself a bunch of cigars. I gave myself 101 cigars. Infinite cigars. So much cigars. Now, I'm trying to see what it gives me. It's not giving me that many effects. Alright. Anyway, that was kind of lame. So let's use a paint-out joint. See if that gives us any effects. Weed's ultimately kind of better. Now, if we use a paint-out joint, the paint-out with those, which is what you get from those, and we can see if there are any effects from paint-out. I'm not seeing that many effects. I don't think this gives you any effects. Now, anyway, back to the effects side of things. We're going to be doing caffeine. So first off, well, we'll actually save caffeine. First off, we'll do cocaine. Now, cocaine is definitely by far the strongest and most deadly. So if I wanted to give myself like some cocaine powder, I could hit one of these. Oh wait, now that's the effects I think from. See, as you can see, the effects. I don't know. And cocaine's the deadliest. I believe 3 kills you with that, but I think this is the tobacco kicking in. And you can make it with a syringe, which you use it with a syringe and either caffeine or cocaine and water. And and if I wanted to, I can smoke the cocaine. And you can also wait, wrong one. You can inject it, and then it becomes a syringe again. And as you can see, I'm breathing very heavily. This isn't good for me. This is very bad. Let's do a bunch of them. Let's see how many cokes we can do in the Mr. Fatman 81. I'm not even pressing the space bar, as you can. Well, as you can't see, but just trust me. So, bruh, I'm gonna die. I don't even think I'm hitting it anymore. So, yeah, I just died. I've had a respiratory failure. So, that's not good. So, yeah, I believe 3 kills you, but I mean, I just think I spud it up by doing it a lot. Because I remember testing it out on a Minecraft server with a friend. Now, let's say you don't want to do any smoking. You think it's bad for your lungs. Well, I have good news for you. There's also alcohol in this mod. I think you can rack up the bottle. Oh, wrong thing. Did not mean to do that. Well, as you can see, there are Molotov cocktails in this game. Yeah, they're like a bunch. They all do the same thing. A lot of the beers do too. But I just didn't get the Molotovs. But yes, there's Molotov cocktails. And you can throw them and create fiery explosions. like that. But let's say you want to be dignified with your beer. So let's, and that was our wooden wheat beer. And I got like one of each kind. So you can drink this. Let me also give myself some food. And as you can see, my vision's starting to get a little bit woozy. Time, set, day. But that won't kill me. And as you can see, my vision's a little bit woozy. And let's say I wanted to give myself a cup of rum. And this is the strongest stuff I picked out, but it's not all this strong. If you want to make it stronger, you just distill it multiple times. It's still not distilled. I thought this was faster. And as you can see, my vision's getting a little bit woozy here. That was the wine brandy, so we can drink some wine. We can turn water to wine. We can have a bottle. Oh, that's coffee. That's something different. Here, we'll save that for later. Hot coffee mod. We have our mead. So this stuff isn't that strong. It's only 1 DM. And we have gin. We can maybe have a cup of wine brandy. And as you can see, now I'm dying. So I died of alcohol poisoning. And the stronger the stuff, the less it takes to. Let me save my hot coffee for our next. And that's whiskey. And then that's our wine brandy. Do we have 2 wine brandies? I think we have wine brandy and wine beer. But see, just like that right now won't kill me, but it'll make me pretty dizzy. As you can see. But since we've already studied the effects, and see this is dried, that makes dried cannabis. This is grape juice and it's fermenting. And it all takes a little bit while to do. But now /kill. Because I don't want to deal with those effects right now. I'm trying to show you a different effect. Now, finally, we're going to show you the effects of coffee. And coffee makes you hyper in real life. Let's see what it makes you here. Now we have ourselves a bottle of hot coffee, a cup of hot coffee. And we're going to just drink some. The bottle seems to have a lot. And the bottle has a lot. So this should be a good amount. Drink it straight from the bottle. And as I can see, the world's getting a little bit brighter. Do I get like a speed increase? That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I can't go to sleep. Well, let's just give myself some more. And the world's getting brighter. And okay, you can see I have the little the effect. And well, I love energy. I have so much energy. And oh, syringe caffeine. I forgot to inject myself with that. Yeah, caffeine. And I'm not pressing anything, so I have so much energy. I'm going sicko mode. I'm not clicking. So it's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna die. Yep. Seems like so. Ooh. So I think this mod proves something. Everything in moderation. Like even cocaine, you can do like 2 hits before you die. You probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't. But I mean, other than cocaine, you can probably do like a little bit of everything here. Maybe not together, but you know. It's not too bad. That's my advice. That's what you can get from that. So let's see the effects of coffee. It doesn't seem that good. My body is literally shaking. I'm not pressing spacebar or click right now. It just does this. It does it on its own. It has a mind of its own. No, I want to be dying. I want to die. It feels like I'm getting better. I don't think I did enough. Let me do more. Brightness overload. We're doing 3 bottles of hot coffee. As you can see, the world gets more and more blurry and bright. And oop. Let's just do a cup now. Let's do some caffeine syringes. We'll do a mix of everything. Does this not kill you? Like, I feel coffee. Too much coffee would kill you. Alright, we're gonna let this ride out. Maybe it just doesn't kill you. Alright. But anyway, I'm gonna wind this video down. I'm gonna see if this kills you. Also, there's bottle racks. I forgot to are there bottles in this game? Oh yeah, there are bottles. So let's say if I had like a bottle of corn beer. And you can make like beer with like anything basically in this. And you can rack it basically. Okay, see if you had like a bunch of beers. And also if you leave your beer out for too long, well, the longer you leave it out, the longer it will ferment in one of the categories, I believe, in the DM category. I think this is to get it in a higher TD category. Once it gets to 14, I believe it slowly gets weaker, so, and then it gets like 15 and something. So, it's a very long time, it's probably like a couple hours, and I think you'd have to be in that one chunk. But, after a while, it will get weaker. But, I mean, if you just want bottles, like, for display or something. But, it definitely is a cool mod, something that could be very fun, very silly. I'd recommend it if you have a mod pack on 1.710 because it doesn't really take away anything. It doesn't like cause lag or anything. It's not like one of those mods where you're like, I want it, but it causes lag and it's not compatible. It's very fun. So remember to smash like and subscribe, and let's see if we can hit 420 subscribers one day and 420 likes. As always, have a happy 420 day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.